20x20s for techs on overall. I thought there was more heavy-duty macro maps, but the only one seemed to be Yudi's absurdity pick. Like there's there's no ditch, no Kasugi, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of true. No ditch actually. That's quite sad. Why is there no ditch?
I think Morak said there was too many ditches over the last couple tournaments, so he didn't want to choose it.
There's a reason for that.
I wish that logic was applied to Crazy Rush, and we banned Crazy Rush for another 3 years.
I would rather see Crazy Rush banned than have no ditch.
Yes, I'd rather see Crazy Rush banned than anything else on FAN.
Please be a little bit less biased.
Don't understand people and their love for this map. Even just casting it, I don't understand like how you're supposed to keep saying the same thing over and over on it.
Not enough experience. Okay, so Bermuda, this is a Nexus pick. Nexus, actually, both of them pick Cybran. It's quite a standard pick. Bermuda's. I'm guessing they vetoed Sarah. Yeah, guessing they both vetoed Sarah. And then Aeon and Cybran are the most logical choices. UEF being just like point of reach, doesn't have anything special on this map. Okay, so I remember Tex doing some weird thing from a previous tournament game on Bermuda. It used to always be the classic where you would just, well, there were different variations, of course, but there would always be some sort of transport rush timing and or inti rush timing. But Tex kinda goes for to delay his drop. He kind of tends to do it on a lot of maps nowadays. I saw him do it last game as well on the 15 km map gen one, and I saw him do it on the Rosas as well.
Well, I feel like Nexus is gonna do the classic Tagada thing here because don't they usually? I feel like they usually practice together, so he might do the really heavy early air investment into just like basically choking somebody out of their expansion.
Yeah, but what Tex is gonna do is he's not gonna drop his expansion too soon. He will scale up the build power in his base by a lot, and he will delay his transport by quite a bit. That's what we're probably gonna see from him.
Okay.
Um,
He's going. He's going second land actually.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same thing what he did last game, where he also delayed his transport by a long time, and just chooses to scale up his economy more.
Yeah, I'm realizing I'm making you repeat the same stuff because I'm a bad listener.
Yeah, not worry, I'm used to it.
He's got Nexus is getting a really early. Like Nexus hasn't even gotten his air factory. He's not even considered what the notion of air travel is, and now Nexus has already decided he's making his engineers travel first class.
Nexus accidentally started second transport. Was 20% before he cancelled it.
In this situation, I mean, he doesn't have the intel, but would it be smarter to drop on the right side, knowing that your person's so delayed on the air?
It probably would be. The thing is, depending on how text plays it, like if you could expect text to play this way, the best way would probably be to either do an as greedy thing as Dex, or you just drop the right side quickly and then also drop the left side, and then just ignore all ecoing, just focus purely on getting those island sides, and then it's an auto win. But
I wonder what Nexus is thinking right now. Like he's like, okay, so there's literally been no air over my base. There's been no air on this left expansion. Where is the air?
yeah, I mean the transport from Tex is not gonna be. I mean it's gonna be late, but it's 3:40 when it's get out. Actually, is he stalling? No, he is not. Almost overflowing mess.
I'm not sure if Nexus has actually sent a scout over on the right side.
I
I wonder
don't
if
think
he's
he
like,
has.
he might be assuming that you know, since there's been so little air on the left and top, that obviously Tex must have put all his concentration on making sure his side is 100% secure. But the scout does come out just in time to see this transport, so he should be like, oh, this means there's nothing over there.
Yeah, and Nexus actually scaled his production quite quick as well, so I actually think Nexus might come out a bit better out of it. Because soon he will get all the maxes on the left side, and he will get those a lot faster than Tex will get his. So, but Tex should get an advantage in the air early on, simply because he is on 200 more E income, uh, and that's a big difference. So the main advantage of this is that after the start, you get a lot of air out quickly because of all the E scaling, and then you can.
So I'm guessing Nexus made the call that rather than doing the greed drop, it's better to keep your NGs in your base, because if you have to drop another 6 engineers on the other side, that's 6 less engineers helping you scale up to make use of your left side expansion. Because
Yes.
he hasn't used this transport at all.
I wonder if what Tex is doing. Like, the thing is, Tex is 200 E up, but he's overflowing that 200 E. I wonder if you. Yeah. Like, I feel like he should rush tech to air with this kind of strategy, since he can easily afford it. Uh, and with some quick tech to air rush, and then go for some very quick tech to air aggression on Nexus' side. Uh, and then just put on the pressure, because you really have to make use of the advantage that you created for yourself, because he's dropping his side later. It's risky in that way, but the big advantage, having lots of E, he's not really utilizing it well. He has 4 air factories, but it's mostly making some indies, some bombers, but it's not gonna be any critical damage. It's more like gonna be some annoying damage.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually Tex might be expanding at like the same pace as Nexus on this left side. As in, I guess Nexus has been focusing more on the reclaiming. Yeah, he's taken up a lot more reclaim. That's why it looked like he was pretty caught up with the mechs count.
Yeah, he kinda is. The thing is, Nexus kinda mirrored Tex a bit after the start. He went for massive scaling as well, and barely any air. So he kinda caught up to Tex in E. Tex kinda stopped building it as well. Tex still is not going tech to air. He has 5 air factories. I don't understand this at all. He is making a lot more navy. He also bombs the navy building engineers from Nexus, which might become important. Slightly.
Nexus has had one engineer survive this bombing run. Oh no, it's gonna die. And almost got that PD up.
What engineer?
On the bottom, southeast. Uh, I don't know how, like north of Texas main base in the 4MX expansion.
Ah, there. Let's see. There's this very annoying mantis at the back from Nexus to Tex.
Yeah, his AC wasn't fast enough to close the gap.
Yeah. We'll actually lose 3 maxes to this for a bit. Unless he can stop it. This one is dead. The bomb kills the reclaim. Okay, 1 survives. It's quite annoying. But I'm not sure. Tex might be able to win Navy. Tex is starting 500 per second.
Texas building a factory proxy on the 4MX expansion of Nexus.
Alright. How is he starting this much E though? Is he upgrading an entire batch of Tech to Maxes? Doesn't seem
Who
like it.
Tex?
Yeah.
Not that I see.
He had so much E for the longest time, but then he stopped expanding E, and now Nexus has 400 more E. He got Tech to Air, is making Tech to Pigeon. So the initial advantage that Tex got is, kind of negated, and didn't really got a lot from it either.
I mean, it's also like seems like a pretty even split so far. No one's really got a massive advantage in Navy. I mean, long term, Tex seems to have a pretty decent advantage in Navy if he can
Yes. No,
transition
he's
that.
building even more on the right side, yeah. But Nexus is building on the
I
left. They should.
I really wish he got this frigate around the factory.
Yeah, I
Can't
know. Looked at that as well. But he's
Okay, there
getting
he goes.
around.
Oh, the ACU needs to come by and OC it from the cliff.
The tech should focus on the navy factories on the left now. He has scouted it, so he does have air control and he does have a bit more navy for now as well, and also that annoying proxy he's building. Although I feel like he's investing too much into it, but I'm not entirely sure.
The proxy, I mean, the thing is, it keeps the pressure off of him on the left side at least, so now he can push up and get the 4-max expansion over here pretty comfortably with his ACU.
Yes.
So at least the proxy is keeping Nexus focused on putting units on his side, and he has to do a long walk all the way back to where the front.
It's true. Nexus is, however, gonna win airback very soon with this amount of assistance on the air factory.
Yeah, where did Texas air? Did he fight air and then
He fought air a bit, but he never had that many intis to begin with. He has
okay.
all his air factories passed because he underskilled E so much after the initial start that he didn't have the E to build more air. And now he finally got to Tech 2 air, is gonna start his Tech 2 pigeon soon, but Nexus has been done for, 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's currently 1.5 T2 pigeons behind. Yeah, that's kind of what Nexus's main advantage lies here, though. Like he doesn't really have a robust control of the Navy here. It only feels like Texas is gonna get worse and worse in Navy, and then this land is really irritating for him to push any sort of significant advantage. Air is his linchpin right now.
Tex has so many more units. Actually, he's going on RT mix only from that proxy. But
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to get the pigeons.
But the renegade should be able to clear it off so quickly.
I mean, if he suicides his ints into those renegades, that's really bad for Nexus, because those arties are gonna get too close for the reinforcing.
Oh, you should
renegades
focus the other one. Oh,
it could have killed two.
it's not enough. The renegades will be able to deal with it before it can do significant damage to the power, and this is not gonna do. And meanwhile, the proxy is dying from the other side. Although there's a PD there.
He's entirely paused everything. Well, okay, never mind. He had all his navy factories and like half his land factories paused.
He finished his first Tech 2 pigeon finally, so he's fine on E. The issue is if maybe he could have done more pressure on the left of Nexus, but he kind of suicided part of his army there. He suicided the parts into Nexus' base as well. And Nexus is kind of stabilized on Navy, although Tex can have more efficient fights.
I counted, it's like 11 versus 12 frigates or something.
It's very even, but Tex has a few more. He has more reinforcements coming because of more factories. He's now getting a very good concave fight. Nexus is moving in, but he can't. He will lose this hard.
I mean, the thing is, Nexus does have like 20 NGs assisting that factory.
Yeah, but this engagement is terrible for Nexus. He lost 4 frigates and killed 2.
Oh yeah, the engagement was bad.
But the gunship's killing of the proxy is amazing. He should move the frigates there for the AA.
I mean, at least the A is getting value on these ints.
Now look at these frigate fights for Tex. They are so efficient. It's killing almost 3 more frigates for free.
Did you mean that it was inefficient for Nexus?
Yeah, it's efficient for Tex.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, it looks like the proxy might be. I think it can beat this back. I mean, it is all Medusas, so it's tough to say.
Yeah. Again, Nexus's navy formation. He just needs to attack move, and it will be so much better. But attack should wait a bit for reinforcements. He needs to be afraid of these gunships a bit, considering how stacked up the frigates are. This is a bit of a mess of a game, but it's pretty close. Now Nexus is pushing at the bottom left lane a bit further because he dealt with the Tex army. There's this one random Tech 1 bomber that has been bombing for so long. Got 600 mass killed now. Not a big navy fight, but this one seems a lot more even. Although I feel like, yeah, Texas is gonna win this one too. He has 2 subs, but they're kind of idle. He needs to try to get this reclaim here, because his proxy on the left is now gonna get overwhelmed by gunships and land. And that's quite a lot of reclaim that he will leave behind for Nexus.
No, he's trying to debate the gunships in so they kill the reclaim.
Meanwhile, Tex has a grand total of 0 tech 2 maxes, while Nexus has he has 6 and they're spread out in the weirdest formation ever.
This frustrates me so deeply. It's so difficult to count the max. Is he doing it intentionally so you can't count his eco? Big brain move tactics. Also, his Texas first unit is a cruiser?
It kind of makes sense, but the issue is he just had a big navy fight that he lost before the cruiser is there to help.
At least he has these 4 subs and there's nothing to stop.
The subs will actually get quite some value over time. All these figures from Nexus are low HP, or at least a lot of them, so he can actually move the cruiser in as well.
He keeps moving the subs away and it frustrates me.
Yeah, I've been watching it too. Cruiser can go there to clear off the gunships. Actually, it's already in range. So yeah, the cruiser first is not that bad of a decision.
Okay.
These gunships though have been so valuable, and that entire proxy from Tex, in the end it didn't do anything but donate mass. It annoyed Nexus for sure, but I think he overinvested into it and should have just kept it as an annoyance and not tried to do real damage with it. And if he wanted to try to do real damage, maybe he should have focused on the left island and not Nexus's main base, but I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I mean, if you can win this reclaim pile in the sea, I think it makes up for anything that Nexus is going to be able to gain from the left.
Maybe, yeah, it's quite a big. Nexus also went cruiser first.
Yeah.
But Tex should have enough to swarm the navy, for now. Nexus has always build power instead of frigates is on a destroyer, but Tex has so many more Tech 1 factories that he should be able to swarm, and his destroyers and cruisers are fighting the dumb mantis on the cliff that he should.
I just really wish he wasn't so sensitive about these subs, because once the destroyer is out, the subs are going to instantly die anyway. You might as well as go like super aggressive with them and try to even go for this cruiser kill.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt, if he tried to go for the cruiser would be dead.
Yeah, now it's too late, because I mean, well, he has 6 subs, but the destroyer is gonna one-shot all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he can still use the subs to convert a win here in the navy.
They're both just trading damage on their cruisers.
No, who's gonna die? Okay, yeah, it looks like Nexus died first.
Oh, this
16 HP.
16 HP.
This is some Yuri Navy micro saving the cruiser.
Jesus. He has a stealth boat, but again, it's out of position. The subs finally go in. Meet Salem.
Yeah, they come in for the worst target possible.
So here's a big fucking brawl, but the next Salem is out. Tex took a long time, and a lot of the frigates, of course, reinforced distance is a lot longer.
I mean, at least his Salem is full HP.
Yeah, I think Tex is actually winning this, and the subs are actually doing decent damage because they're overwhelming. They're overwhelming the Salem, although the anti-torpedoes are insane.
He retreated it. Oh no, is it dead? No, the Salem redirected enough to torpedoes.
Oh my god, the cruiser is still alive on 16 HP, doing quite some damage to this fight.
And the Salem's alive at 20 HP.
Yeah, I guess it's even.
Sub.
Go for it, no! Oh my god. But he's getting pushed back. He has 3 Salems, but it's very.
It's gonna be a mass
close.
donation now.
But he
can keep this going.
He has to snipe that one Salem. There we go. It's finally dead. Also, there's a big mantis push on the left, but it met a single PD that got 20 kills. The important part is Nexus is in such a small bay area that it's super hard to micro Salems, and Tex has more open room, so he should try to kind of camp at least in this location.
No, he's moving the cruiser in. Oh, there it goes.
No. And now he needs to kind of regroup, but still try to keep. This tree is Salem still. He also should have built some navy factories in mid. He's still building Tech 1 subs for some reason. What's the mass income? They're both in 100 mass. They're not ecoing at all. They don't have the time for it. Few
Nexus
terms.
ACU got caught sleeping with 100, no, well, 15 Medusas. I wonder how much damage you're gonna output on him.
What is this destroyer from Tex? It's on the right side of Nexus HQ. It's just being suicided.
It's killing NGs, dude.
It's focused on
It's not
Nexus's
hard.
ACU, and it's just shooting at the cliff.
Oh no.
Oh my god, dude. That's sad. That's not what you want to see. Big air engagement being forced. I don't know why Tex decided to engage air at this point in this location.
Tex was feeling bad for Nexus. He wants to give him a winning chance.
I just there's no offensive air from anyone. There's zero reason to fight this air engagement here. He just lost air for no reason. Nexus wasn't even being aggressive on air. Man, he says, I had to spawn. Oh my, he's... What?
Lost me
the game, Tex! What are you talking about?
But why, though?
It's... Until the last micro of... Until the last suicides, every single inti and suicides destroyer and cruiser and some navy. He was winning! He was crushing. Or not crushing, but he was winning, that's for sure.
Yeah, he just needed to get some NGs in here to reclaim the frigates while he had a Nexus pinned in the bay, and it would have been great.
Yeah, he just needed to pin Nexus in that bay, and he had the mass income was totally even. So if he just spent everything on navy, it would have been fine. It was cyber navy, so frigates and Salems automatically deal with any torpedo aggression mostly, and the air was actually mostly even, maybe slight advantage for Nexus, but it was not a visible advantage, so there's a small chance that Nexus would have been super aggressive. It makes no sense. But now
yeah, there's like literally 0 torps. There's not even an aggressive air to ground unit.
But now he's given up. He's busy talking, and yeah, he's not playing anymore. Wow, that's actually quite sad and disappointing.
Where's the TD? I am the TD now. Mons, ban him from chat.
You're the moth.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Okay. That was that really looked like a Tex win at some points.
Was that the last game? Was it 3-0?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, so I don't need to take over for any faction vetoes.
No.
So that means we'll be left with a Tagada Nexus final tomorrow. Well, first we'll have the Turbo versus Tex bronze match. 2 Americans waking up early because we can't accommodate them. And Tagada and Nexus facing one another. Actually, we have 3 Americans.
Yeah, I just noticed as well. That's probably the highest amount of Americans in top 4 in FAF history.
FAF champion World Cup team has now become the Burgers.
Yeah, it's no longer the Germans.